What is up, fight fans? Welcome back to Picking a Fight. I'm Latch, and today we're going to be looking at UFC 279 Chimaev versus Diaz. We're going to be looking at the third fight up, Kevin Trailblazer Holland versus D-Rod Daniel Rodriguez. But before we get started, don't forget to like the video, subscribe if you haven't. We're putting out videos for almost every fight night and pay-per-view. So if you're looking for content like this, subscribe so you don't miss out. And yeah, let's get right into it. So we got Kevin Trailblazer Holland. He's 23-7, 29 years old. He's 6'3" with an 81-inch reach. He's coming off back-to-back wins over Alex Oliveira and Tim Means. Daniel D-Rod Rodriguez is 16-2. He is 35 years old. He's 6'1" with a 74-inch reach, and he's coming off a decision win over Kevin Lee and a knockout win over over Preston Parsons. And yeah, this fight is a catchweight. It's going to be at 180. You know, both guys are actually welterweights, but since it was kind of short notice for D-Rod, he asked for it to be at 180, and obviously Kevin Holland's not in the business of declining fights, so he was down to take it at 180. And yeah, this is a pretty interesting matchup. You know, obviously Kevin Holland's a fan favorite. For the hardcore fans, you know, they know about D-Rod. You know, Daniel Rodriguez is also a favorite. These two fighters, I really wish they weren't fighting because I really like both these guys. Really good strikers, really good boxers, but pretty different. And let's kind of look into that. So Kevin Holland, you know, obviously he's super long. He's going to have an 80. He has an 81-inch reach. He's obviously going to have a 7-inch reach advantage. And when he fights, he usually fights very long. He tends to use his reach. I like that he throws his punches very straight most of the time. His 1-2s are very straight. His hooks can be a little wild, but I think his long reach kind of allows him to, you know, to kind of do that. I think he has pretty good power in his punches. Obviously, throwing straight punches and being pretty accurate has to do with it a little more than just power, but I do think he holds good power, you know, especially when he knocked out Jacare from the bottom. You know, I mean, you can't just do that with accuracy. You know, he generated a lot of power from nothing, basically. And yeah, he's super fast. I think he will have the speed advantage. I think he is faster than D-Rod. I think D-Rod's a little slower. But Kevin Holland has been there to get hit. You know, obviously in the Tim Means fight, he took some big shots. In the Alex Oliveira fight, he took some really big shots. So he is there to get hit. I think his defense falters him. I think he relies on his height too much, yet his footwork is not there where he can kind of get out of range safely, kind of like Adesanya does. But so he will be there to hit. Obviously, Daniel Rodriguez, even though he's slower, I do think he has the power advantage. I think he's kind of like a street boxer. He has a lot of heat in his hands, but he will be slower. He throws a lot of good combinations, but just like Kevin Holland, he gets hit a ton. In his fight against Dwight Grant, he actually got dropped pretty bad. It was a flash knockdown, though. But he got caught. And, you know, he tends to throw his combinations with his chin up in the air and relies on his movement and leaning back to kind of dodge punches. And I think with someone way longer than him, you know, it only takes a small mistake to lean back not far enough and then get caught with something big. And, you know, obviously his defense is not the best, you know, with his hands. His guard can be, you know, a little lackadaisical. So I don't know. This is going to be a striker's delight for sure, because even though Kevin Holland's been practicing his wrestling, none of these guys are wrestlers. None of these guys practice wrestling to wrestle. You know, these guys wrestle to defend from other wrestlers. They don't wrestle because they want to use the wrestling. And so this is going to be a striker's delight. And I think it's actually going to end in a finish, man. I don't see this not ending in a finish, and I think it's going to be D-Rod that gets finished. I think his defense leaves him way more exposed than Kevin Holland, and obviously Kevin Holland having the reach advantage and being able to throw straight punches, I think we'll catch him eventually. We've seen D-Rod get knocked down, so I think someone much more powerful like Kevin Holland will put him away. I think it'll be a TKO by Kevin Holland. I think it'll be in like the second round, and he'll continue a streak of second-round knockouts. Yeah, let me know down below what you think. Do you think Kevin Holland gets this done, or do you think D-Rod surprises us all? Let me know down below. And yeah, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, check out our other videos. We're actually doing every other fight on this same card, including the main and the co-main, so go ahead and check those out if you haven't. And yeah, we'll see you next week for Sandhagen versus Song, another great fight. It's going to be a great night of fights. Don't forget to tune in, and we'll see you next week.